Hey. All right, no playing around, y'all. Let's get right to the beer. So what we have here is this code name Superfan from Odd 13 Brewing out of Lafayette, Colorado. Pick this one up for the killer can art, Codename Superfan is a deliciously modern take on the American IPA style, brewed with a variety of juicy hops from the Pacific Northwest. So it is an unfiltered hazy IPA. There we go, 6.5% ABV. Again, loving that can art. That's why I picked it up, y'all. So let's give it the smell test. Smelling like your typical hazy IPA. And so it tastes like a typical hazy IPA, but I have had better. Not bad, but I've had better. So, yeah, 3 bottle caps out of 6. Not 4, 3. So there's that. This beer it's serviceable. Comic news. Before we get too far into this, I'm going to be on Tony Fett Talks retro review tonight at 8 o'clock, and we are talking death metal, yes. So Tony posted on his IG that his panel was going to be talking about that, Tim and Dave. And, well, I like that issue a lot. So I messaged Tony. I was like, please let me on that panel, bro. He said, sure, no problem. Haven't live streamed in a while, so this should be fun. And so just search for Retro Review or Tony Fett Talks, and that's how you can find it. Other news, did y'all hear that, did you hear Skull Kickers got optioned? Really fun book from Image. And you could pick up these number 198s for really cheap, below $40 a few years ago, but they're mostly gone now. Yeah, Jim Zub. And this was a really, really fun read from Image. Sad when it ended, but it was always a great read. So, like, Miles Morales has gone crazy, right? Segues into these. I picked these up this week at the local LCS. Now, I read Spider-Man in the 70s, and then, like, when I was like 10 or so, I stopped reading Spider-Man, so that was around 77. And then I picked back up when I was in my 20s, around 298, 299, and 300, the McFarlane stuff. I was nuts for McFarlane, like everybody was. I remember buying those particular issues off Spinner Rack from 7-Eleven, but didn't hold my interest really. Spider-Man being married, I think, just sucks. So, and then I lost interest in comics again until around 2005, I think, when that first Sin City movie came out. I've been reading that, and then I got back into reading single issues again. Oh, wow. So we got into all that. Okay, anyways, the point is, I think Spider-Man kind of sucks, except for stuff from the 70s. And I just really had no interest when the Miles Morales buzz, and it's been really a buzz these last 2 weeks. But I just had no interest. Spider-Man sucks now, and why would I want to read about Miles Morales? I was a Peter Parker guy. But I will say Edge of Spider-Verse was excellent. Saw that with my nephew. Saw it in 3D. Woo! So it looks like they're doing it right with Miles. So I'll give them that. Give them that, y'all. Give them that. All right, next. Over the Ropes, Jay Sandlin. This was the last issue. A lot of fun. Story of the Phoenix. A jobber who was supposed to lose, but bucked the system and grabbed the gold and won the title. And his organization, Kentucky Fried Wrestling. Is that what it's called? I think so. They were mad at him. So, but great read. Lots of poses and graphics and stuff that remind you of art reminiscent of like real wrestling. Okay, Family Tree, Jeff Lemire, still digging this. This issue, we particularly got into the father, or is it the grandfather? I think it's the father. He's just older. And good read. Jeff Lemire stuff is hit and miss with me, but I'm digging this. Batman book from 2 weeks ago. Just picked this up. Frank Quitely. Love his covers. Had to get it, y'all. I'm not going to talk too much about this because I'm saving my juice for the retro review tonight. But wow, this was good. I was really surprised. Yeah, I was. Wonder Woman with a chainsaw just sounds kind of stupid to me, and of course it's out of context. But in the context of the story, it was really quite cool. This was great. I'd give it an A-. There was one page with just like comic book dialogue, bubbles, and no real art to speak of, which is kind of lazy. This is kind of wordy, setting stuff up, but I mean, there's throwbacks to the original Metal series, as well as what's been going on with Perpetua and Justice League. Just very good, and gotta love this art trim cover. And I mean, it was just a true Wonder Woman Wednesday with Wonder Woman Dead Earth, which we'll get to in a bit. Wonder Woman 757. And excuse me. Wow, this is a cool cover. This was cover of the week. Well, yeah, cover of the week in my opinion. Very cool. This ended the Horsewoman arc, and it was good. How did this get in there? Grumble. Haven't read this yet. This is only one in the stack I haven't read. Did not like the first issue as much as the original series, so not certain I'll be sticking with this, but Albatross, Funny Books. Yeah, cool company. So reading copy of Death Metal. And this, I did some panels for this. This was my read of the week. Dead Earth. The first two issues of this were very good. This one is on another level. It revealed a lot of the mystery. This is Wonder Woman at Superman's Fortress of Solitude, obviously, and we get the backstory to what's going on. Spoilers: the humans went to war with the Amazons, and they eventually went nuclear on Themyscira. And let me just bring some panels up too. Yeah, they went nuclear on the Amazons, and God, look at that panel! Isn't that cool? Very reminiscent of like Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns. And yeah, Daniel Warren Johnson. The only thing I'd read that he had done before was like Murder Falcon, and Murder Falcon was very cool, but I didn't know how I'd felt about him doing Wonder Woman with this gritty art style, but it serves the story very well. There's the humans going to war with the Amazons of Themyscira. And they went nuclear on them. And at some point, Wonder Woman confronts Superman because he sided with the humans, and she was mad at him because she didn't help with the bombing of Themyscira, and she eventually murders him. And we get into this panel here where she's in the Fortress of Solitude, and she's apologizing to Superman, but yet she rips out his spinal cord and puts her magic lasso in it. So very, very gritty, kind of dark, but totally enjoyable. I can't recommend this enough. This is very good. So contemplated doing this tomorrow because work on the new layouts and stuff. Kind of took my juice away, but whatever. I'd like to review the week's comics before the next week, so that's it. Kind of a short one. If you watched this far, I thank you. Cue the outro. Cue the outro, y'all. And cheers.